Welcome to the podcast, the NLX Extra Mile podcast. I'm Bruce Porter from SWAT Marketing Solutions, and we're at Venture X in Parsippany, New Jersey. And today we have our special guest, Russell Sieb from New Jersey Pest Control. Russ, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting me, Bruce.
Anytime. Russ is a pest control company, and Russ, I know that there's a lot of questions that our viewers have out there today on certain things. And one that I want to bring up, and it's near and dear to my heart, is what do people do when they have noises in the attic?
Most of the time they dismiss it thinking that it's mice, but they're not really aware of what it is because they don't know what to look for. Again, most of the time people are thinking that it's mice, especially in the wintertime, but it can be other things like flying squirrels, possibly bats. Even the noise could be a raccoon.
Interesting you say that because it wasn't too long ago I had noises in my attic and I called you. Well, actually, I took it upon myself to try to catch the culprit, and I failed. It was a squirrel, and he was having havoc in my attic. But what is it mostly when people have noises in their attic? Okay, how does that actually happen? How do those animals or wildlife perpetrators enter the home?
They can enter the home in various areas. They can breach the soffit on the side of the house. They can get into the ridge vent on the house. They can get into any areas that the animal feels that they can get into. They don't know what they can get into until they try. They're basically looking for airflow, and that airflow that's coming out of various parts of the house is what they're attracted to. So let's face it, if it's 30 degrees outside and they're feeling 50-degree temperature coming out as airflow, oh, that's where I want to be. I don't want to be here. So now what do I have to do to get in there?
And the place where they actually enter the home is not very big, is it?
It's all based on the size of the animal. So like for a bat, a flying squirrel, or even a mouse, it's about the size of your pinky.
The size of the pinky?
Yes, because they'll exploit that. A raccoon can actually get into an area the size of 4 inches by 1 inch.
Wow, holy smokes. Okay, that is unbelievable. I never realized that. Okay, so what do you advise people to do when they hear noises in the attic? Is the first thing to call you, or what should they do? Is there anything they can do on their own to address this?
Well, it's kind of like if you're feeling heart palpitations, you should go to the hospital to get checked out. If you're hearing noises, don't try to self-address it or self-medicate it, because you could just make things worse. The most common thing that we deal with is, oh yeah, I saw the squirrel get out, so I had the handyman come up and block it off so they can't get back in. Little note to the homeowner, but that squirrel just had young in the attic. So now there's a bigger issue to address than what they had before. So now that initiates an emergency call to take care of it, etc. Now the female can't get back into the house. So now she's tearing up the house, trying to get back in to get to her young. It's no different than any other female that has young. Look at people. You know, if you came home from work and your doors were all locked and you got to the front door and for whatever reason your key didn't work, but your wife saw your child in the house crying, what is she going to do? She's going to tear it apart to get into the house.
No.
It's no different than any other creature. So it is something that does happen more than not because people want to try to address it themselves. DIY.
Good point. Okay, so let me ask you this, because a lot of people that I talk about with pest control, they're very concerned with when you do the extraction or the removal of the animal, what happens to that family of animals?
Well, we take the family as a unit and we bring it to a local rehabilitator. So it's easier for them. The family's taken care of, and there's no issues. The rehabilitator will take care of mom or the female, and then they'll take care of the young. So it's only one mouth for the rehabilitator to feed versus 3, 4, 5 young that they would have to hand feed or feed overall. So it does make it an easier job.
And do those animals ever get released back into the wild again?
Yes, once they're big enough and they're able to do so, they will be released. It does take approximately 2.5 to 3 months for raccoons to get big enough so that they can be released.
Okay, that should answer a lot of people's questions, because I know a lot of the viewers at home are worried about, what happens when a pest control company comes in. And Russ, do all pest control companies follow in suit to that What procedure? You just
They don't, because they're just doing what they feel is the best. They may not have the best training or education. The process in the past was to take a box and put the young in the backyard so that they're making noises for the female to come back, pick them up, and relocate them. Well, it's great in theory, and can it work? Yes, but if the young are making noises to attract mom, they're going to attract other things as well. They're going to attract predators. So whether that happens to be the neighborhood fox or a coyote or even a male raccoon, you know, then the juveniles don't have any chance whatsoever. So this way, by relocating them as a family unit to a rehabilitator, everybody's safe.
Well, look, I think all of the information you gave here today is excellent. Our home viewers are more knowledgeable now on what they need to do. Russ, if somebody needs to get in touch with you because they have noises in the attic, why don't you tell our viewers how they can get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with us at 877-4NJ-PEST or on our website, 4njpest.com.
Remember, noises in the attic, you call Russ, and whatever he extracts from your home is going to be safe and sound and released back into the wild. Russ, thank you very much for coming on the Extra Mile podcast, and I hope we can take care of some of the business and get you some leads here soon. All right?
Thank you very much, Bruce. My pleasure.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Take care.